Happy Good Sunday morning, everyone.
Good morning.
May I invite everyone in the sanctuary and watching us from your home, wherever you may be, to sit comfortably, find a comfortable position on your bed or wherever you are right now, comfy couches. As we all get to prepare for our centering this morning. From here, let us all gather our thoughts, everything, anything that is transpiring in our mind. Are they noisy, loud, screaming, singing, quiet, disturbing, monkey chatterers? Yes. So imagine you have this double wide door in the back of your head, and you started to unlock and open them as wide as you can. And as you open them, imagine this herd of unwanted gate crushers partying 24/7 in your head. And you started shooing them away, letting them go, releasing them out of their cage, bidding them farewell out into the wilderness where they belong, right back into that field of nothingness. Once everybody's out, close back that door tightly, lock them up, seal it with a kiss and say bye-bye. Knowing no more, no less, no how. Because all those unwanted thoughts have been 86 for life. Let's all take a deep breath. Release it. Let go. And in silence, listen closely to the sound of this inner voice. Don't go away. Come near. Don't be faithless. Be faithful. Find the antidote in the venom. Come to the root of yourself. Once you get hold of selflessness, you'll be dragged from your ego and freed from many traps. Come, return to the root of yourself. You are born from the children of God's creation, but you have fixed your sight too low. How can you be happy? Come, return to the root of yourself. You were born from a ray of God's majesty and had the blessings of a good star. Why suffer at the hands of things that don't exist? Come, return to the root of yourself. You are a ruby embedded in granite. How long will you pretend it isn't true? We can see it in your eyes, living everyday wonder. So come to the root of yourself. I invite everyone to come back into this space, right here in the sanctuary, for everyone here and watching us. Let's all take a deep breath in, hold it and pour. Release and let it go. Let it go. Namaste.
morning. Aldo. I am getting to the root of myself. And when I listened to you, all I heard was love. Thank you. Beautiful song by Faith Rivera. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. Isn't that beautiful? My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free. As I continue walking in this mystery, I surrender to my greatest, highest good. I release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am grateful every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. Yes. And now I know what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. Yeah, it did. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in a pure faith. And I am kinder every moment, every day. And I'm more loving every moment, every day. I will surrender every moment, every day. You are the face of God.
So as we continue this prayer, I invite everyone to either close your eyes, lower your eyes, or just be still and let my word be your word as I speak in the first person. Today's affirmation on the daily guide. I am grateful for the opulent abundance that surrounds me. I am grateful, and as I'm grateful, I acknowledge this presence, this divine essence that is always within me, through me, and around me. That one essence, one power, one life, one mind that is in me, through me, and as me right now. The oneness, the wellness, the fullness that I recognize, that is love, that is joy, that is peace, that is health, that is abundance. Anything that, unlike the divine, the spirit, that is confusing me, disturbing me, that is fearful, is nothing. Nothing. I dwell on the wellness that all is good, good is all, and God is all. So as I unify more my word to all that's hearing my voice, here and who's not here, present and not here right now, I know that I am guided, I'm always guarded, I'm always supported in all and everything that I do, in my actions, in my affairs, in whatever that I'm feeling right now. It's all the fullness that there is. I see this in me, the Spirit dwelling in me. I see the Spirit dwelling in everyone who's present here right now, in everybody I meet, in people that probably who doesn't look like me, but I know you and I are one. So I'm grateful for this knowledge, for this truth, for this faith. I am grateful for living everyday wonder, because I know God is, I am. So with a heart full of gratitude, faith, and trust, I am releasing my word with ease and grace to the law that has already said yes, knowing that this is taking place right now. Thank you, thank you. I release, I let go, and together we say, so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Aldo. No. Incredible practitioner that you are. Wow. And with wonderful world in the back, oh my gosh. So beautiful. Then he's got to come in with something like this. Woo! It's going to be a day, is what I'm saying. Like the best day. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. God, he knew I accept things the way they are. I will accept things the way they are now. Something wonderful.
you're standing, if it's comfortable for you, please say with me, God bless America and the rest of the world. Just give yourself a hug, since we're not doing that right now. Some of us, anyway. I want that, with the deep breath, I just want to, because that's what he always talked about, was breathing. Thich Nhat Hanh made his passing. He passed yesterday. You know, he was a Zen master. He was a Buddhist monk. Oh, you guys can sit. You're so obedient. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I just invite you all to just take a moment just to be still and just be mindful of your breathing. As we hold in our hearts the peace and the loving gratitude that he offered each one of us, in the world especially. I have a quote here of his that I wanted to read. To live in the present moment is a miracle. The miracle is not to walk on water. The miracle is to walk on the green earth in the present moment, to appreciate the peace and the beauty that is available now. We are here to awaken from the illusion of our separateness. Yes, yes, yes. All right. What else? Oh, who's here for the first time? Hi, welcome. How'd you hear about us? That.
The Combs family are friends of ours.
Oh, the Combs family. All right. We love the Combs family. Yes. We have a gift for you. And anyone else here for the first time? What's your name? One name? Poltons. Okay. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. All right. Anyone else? All right. So it's all family, and all of you folks that are here virtually, thank you for being here, and I thank you for wearing your mask and wearing it properly. Right? Right? Yeah? Yeah? All right. Unless you're up here speaking, that's a different story.
Or singing.
That's right. Go ahead, something else to say?
I think wherever you are in your spiritual path, you're always welcome.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Everyone's so used to me saying that, but sometimes I think it's it's a given, but wherever you are in your spiritual path, you're always welcomed here. We always want this to be considered a safe place to land, so that's why I say thank you for wearing your mask. Thank you.
I
Enjoy.
love you guys. Yes, we will enjoy. Right? Those are our references. They make this place run and run and run.
And speaking of running, I'm not running anywhere.
I think we know that.
Eddie's not running.
But, so we question everything, okay? That's the talk. This song has nothing to do with it, okay? This is just a fun, uplifting, one of my favorites ever. So please feel good with me. Don't you feel it growing day by day? People getting ready for the news. Some are happy, some are sad. Oh, gonna make the music play. Yeah. What the people need is a way to make them smile. It ain't hard to do if you know how. Gotta get a message, get it on through. Oh my, we're coming down the line. Yeah. Oh, listen to the music, you know it. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music all the time. Yes. Woo. and we'll sing. Oh, we'll dance all the while. Come on now. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music all the time. Woo! Yes! Like a lazy flowing river, surrounding castles in the sky, and the crowd is growing bigger. Come on down and by, 'cause I'm gonna let 'em fly. Oh, listen to the music. Come on, Nick. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music all the time. You know the words. Come on now. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music all the time. Here we go, one more time. Got it? Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to his music. Oh, listen to the music all the time. Yes. There you go. Little Doobie Brothers to start off your morning.
I'd like you to think back to when you were 5 years old. We asked, on average, 65 questions per day, most of them starting with why. The average 8-year-old asks 41 questions per day, and by the time we are 44 years old, we only ask 6 questions per day, most of them starting with when, where, or how much. The number of questions we ask per day doesn't increase until retirement. Now, why retirement? Because that's when we start asking, where are my keys and why did I walk into this room? It could be said that we entered school as question marks and we graduated as periods. Now that's depressing. Dr. Jonas Salk, the medical researcher who developed the first polio vaccine, said, the answer to any problem pre-exists. We need to ask the right question to reveal the right answer. What I take away from Dr. Salk's comment is that we don't find, create, or invent creative solutions. We reveal them by asking great questions. So here's a suggestion. Have you ever played the game 20 Questions? What if you asked your team to come up with 20 questions about your challenge before you tried to solve it? I guarantee you'll come up with some interesting insights into your challenge. I found that asking great questions is also a 3-step process. You start with what and then why questions before you ever ask how questions. Now, my favorite first question to ask about any challenge I'm dealing with is, what is the result we want to see, feel, and hear? Then I like to ask, why do we want to achieve this result? Finally, how are we going to achieve this result? The order to these questions is very important. If you start off asking the how questions before thoroughly defining your challenge with the what and why questions, you just be coming up with solutions in regard to a very ill-defined problem, which of course is not the best flow for problem solving. Well, now it's time to give you some homework to increase your question-asking quotient. So tonight, instead of asking your kids, what did you learn today in school, which gets you the typical nothing response, ask them, what questions did you ask today? Then encourage your kids to ask you, what questions did you ask today at work? Enjoy the new family conversation. If you are a student, challenge your friends by asking, who raised the best question in class today? And of course, share your questions on social media. You started school as a question mark asking why. My hope is that you regain that question mark status by remembering to ask great questions every day. Consider how your life might change if you retired as a question mark instead of as a period. Then you might spend your golden years asking, what great book should I read today and why? Rather than, where are my keys?
What questions have you asked today already? Where's the coffee? What's for breakfast? Where are my glasses? Where are my keys? Yeah? Yeah. I think as religious scientists, we do pretty well with asking questions and living in the question, I think. Albert Einstein said this, I have no special talents, I am only passionately curious. That's Albert Einstein. So, do you question everything? It's funny, Reverend Cheryl and I, as many of you know, we went to convention in Indian Wells this past week. We had a ball, and Reverend Wanda and Franny were there, and Charlie was there. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Charlie was fantastic. We'll be showing his Power Talk next Sunday, so look out for that, and then we'll post it so that you can watch it again and again and again. He was the talk of the convention, and I was very, very happy to see what a great job he did. But questioning everything. So Reverend Cheryl and I got in the car on Monday morning about, 9:30 a.m., a beautiful Monday morning, and got on the road, and I'm like, okay, well, let's get started. It's vacation. We haven't been anywhere in I don't know how long, and normally we go to our annual convention, and this one wasn't on Zoom, so the last couple of years we have had conferences, but they've been on Zoom. And so it was very, very exciting. I was like a kid with candy. And so got on the road, and the first, I like living my ministry methodically, right? So I embrace the talk titles. I'm a method minister, if you will. Like a method actress, right? Method minister. And so I'm looking for everyday wonder, and I'm looking around, and it's beautiful. And so I said, well, it's Monday morning, let me get started with my talk. Question everything. But Reverend Cheryl asked the first question, which way do you want to go? Which way do you want to go? Do you want to go the 15, the normal way to Southern California, or do you want to go the back road? Yeah, and since we're living in everyday wonder, and I've never been down the back road, we chose the back road, right? So I was very excited about that, very excited to do something new, very, very, I love that kind of stuff, right? I'm the one that goes to the new aisle of Trader Joe's, all the new stuff I want to try. We're on the back road, 30, 40 minutes in, and I'm listening to Audible, little light reading. We're listening, Stacey Abrams' book, Our Time Is Now, about voter suppression. And so I'm listening to that, and I'm kind of paying attention to where this road is going. And the road is a back road. It's clearly a back road, right? And so, about 40 minutes in, I'm thinking, what if there's no cell service? Because I clearly don't know how to get down this road without cell service. And as I noticed, Cheryl's checking her phone and a little bit preoccupied. I'm like, what is going on? But I'm in my own head doing my own thing. And so she's like, well, we don't have cell service right now. Okay. And I'm looking around, and, well, there's no gas stations. And, I had my car for 2 years now. I haven't had many road trips in my car. I haven't had anywhere to go. It's been COVID. And I thought, happens if I break down? Who's going to find us? And then I thought, okay, I'm eating my pretzels, and I'm like, eventually, if I keep eating pretzels, I'm going to be thirsty, I'm going to want some water, and then I'm going to have to go to the bathroom. Where am I going to go to the bathroom? So these were the questions that I was entertaining while listening to Stacey Abrams and voter suppression and the end of democracy as we know it. And so, yeah, it was interesting, the question that I was living in. Very interesting. And then we just kind of fast forwarded, because you know, once you're going down that rabbit hole, you might as well go all the way down. I mean, you know, I'm an all or nothing kind of girl. And so then, okay, well, when we get there, if we ever get there, I wonder, because we have to take a COVID test, I hope I'm okay. I wonder if I have COVID. Now, what will happen if I have COVID? Do we leave and we come back home to Vegas? Do we stay there? What do we do? Now, I'm telling you this because this was a real experience, and many of us, most of the time I have these thoughts in my head about 3 o'clock in the morning, so I was happy to do it in the daytime, and you know, it saved me time from waking up in the middle of the night and having to do it then. And so as all of this finally winds down, I think, and it didn't take that long, you know, I'm driving, and what else did I have to do? I'm looking at potholes the size of Allegiant Stadium, and I'm like, if I hit that, I wonder. There really was no wondering about that, because I knew exactly what was going to happen if that were to occur. And so, yeah. But the idea of living in the question of my own ego, living in the question of my own human experience, because I'm not questioning spirit. I know what's up with spirit. I know spirit's got me. It's not a question of that. My job is to take care of my physical form, my physical presence and essence. It is temporary. It's temporary. So I need to kind of, you know, be aware of some things. We all do. I'm not afraid of death. There is no death. I'm not a big fan of sickness. I'm not a big fan of being incapacitated. So my job is to look out for my physical well-being. Yes? Yeah. And so what I realized as I'm examining my thoughts of these questions was that I value comfort, safety, and security over time. Because the 10 minutes that we saved by going down that back road was not necessarily worth my uncomfort, which was a good lesson for me, right? It's a good, valuable lesson. But see, what I did in uncovering all of that stuff as I'm going down the rabbit hole with that, and it seems, I know, that's just so negative. Why would you even do that to yourself? You know better than that. Because I'm human. And I think, and that's what I was really thinking. Anybody else think like that ever? Or is it just me? Am I the only one that's not toxically positive? That was my true experience. And I didn't beat myself up. Okay, Stacey, you're going through this, so go ahead. Go ahead. And when I realized that you value comfort over safety and security, then I was able to do a little visioning, a little spiritual practice around my concerns and my fear, and do the sacred inquiry. What is Spirit's highest vision for this trip to convention, the CSL convention? It certainly was for me not to, you know, flip over in my car in the Allegiant Stadium pothole. That's clearly not it. Spirit's highest vision is for me to have a wonderful time and to learn and to connect and just be creative and just enjoy life, because we have all been locked down for quite some time. That is Spirit's highest vision. So what do I need to embrace? Well, I could start by embracing the now and stop thinking about what's going to happen. Be mindful, right? But I can start thinking about the possibilities of what it looks like when I get there and when I see my friends and I get to hug my friends. When I see Franny and Reverend One and when I watch Charlie's talk, what is that gonna feel like? I wonder how that's gonna feel like, energetically. Yeah. See, we have to do the work. What do I need to release? Why do I need to release this fear? Just stop it. But it's not as easy to just release fear without examining the fear. Because otherwise I could release it and it comes right back. It's an active working thing that we're doing when we're practicing science of mind. It's a daily thing. We just don't do it on Sundays. And we're human every day. We're also spiritual beings every day. So I might have to do this inquiry with myself 2, 3, 4 times a day. Depends on what I'm doing. Depends on what I'm doing. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So, for the next 3 hours, I thought about that. And then just had an hour to go before I got there. No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. But it was a good exercise in doing my spiritual work and realizing what spiritual practice is and what it is not. And why I do spiritual practice. I don't do spiritual practice to necessarily remind myself that I'm spiritual. I do spiritual practice to remind myself that I'm human and I'm having a spiritual being having a human experience. And so for me to get back to who and what I truly am, not who my personality is and what that looks like, but who I truly am, I do my spiritual practice. I do my spiritual practice. Fear, false evidence appearing real, can be very, very alarming. It can be off-putting. It can be dangerous. If I could have allowed myself to continue to have that experience and not shift into the present moment, I'm not really focusing on what I should be focusing on the road. I'm not focusing on much of anything except for my fear. Address it, acknowledge it, say thank you to it. Thank you for coming here, fear. You're not the truth of me. Go back. But thank it. It's there for a reason. It's allowing you to see where you are flawed, where your thinking is not correct. It's there it allowed me to see that which I truly value. The 10 minutes really was not worth it, right, Reverend Wanda? That I spent by taking the back road. It wasn't worth it to me. I wasn't freaked out and crazy. Don't ask Reverend Cheryl. Oh, maybe it was a little crazy. As I got hangry, I was a little crazy. And, when that last couple of miles, when I was looking for the bathroom, I got a little crazy. But for the most part, it was a lovely trip where I learned a lot about who I am. Take the opportunity to question everything. Live in the question. We know the answer. Love's always the answer. Spirit, God is love. We already know that part. And that little video that we showed this morning about the questions, we already know we don't have to know the how. So we only have 2 questions. The what and why. We don't have to know the how. Spirit's got that. We have to know what we want. How you gonna get there, Stacy, if you don't go on this back road? Because you have no idea where the hell you are. How are you gonna get to the gas station? Spirit, take over, take the wheel. Take the wheel. But please don't. I think as an organization, the one thing that I learned is that we're on the right track, which I say every time, but I really, really feel it now. Where people are coming to us and asking us, hey, I heard you're from that Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living. How do you get somebody like a Charlie to come and be so amazing? I don't know how. I simply ordered it up. Spirit, bring me a bright, amazing young man that's willing to speak and willing to be a leader in this organization. That's all I had to do. Bing, voila, he's here, Enchanted Charlie. Yeah, I don't have to know the how, but I do have to look out for my blind spots, if you will, and realize what I believe. Because if I'm planting seeds, I've got the thought, but if my belief system does not match up with it, I'm not going to manifest that which I want. Right, Charlie? I can't. There's no way I can manifest it. Not a way in heck or heaven can I manifest it. What do I need to embrace and what do I need to release? Two of the sacred inquiry questions that Queen Juanita, who was mentioned in the conference as well. The visioning queen. Such an easy practice that provides such depth and so much clarity. And it's all questions. And again, us just allowing Spirit to reveal itself by means of each of us. Simple, but not always easy. But we made it to the conference. We didn't have COVID. I just had a few more questions about, what am I going to wear? What am I going to eat? When's it time to drink wine? But other than that, it was a beautiful time. I learned a lot, as I always do. And I'm so proud of this community. We have come so far. And I forget from Sunday to Sunday, or the weekdays that I'm here, how far we have come. And so I'm proud, not like proud like, oh, look at what I did. But I'm proud of us as a community and as an organization. To watch us move through the next step. We didn't know where the potholes were. And we just kept it moving. We kept it moving. That's what we do. That's what we do as religious scientists, and that's what we do as LVCSL. So thank you for being the very best part of who we are. Thank you.
She wasn't doing the closed questions out loud, but then she didn't have to because I could tell by her timid driving, she did not care for two-lane highways. And I would say, okay, in my mind, sometimes out loud, all right, in a couple of minutes, the dashing lines and they'll pass you, because they're gonna pass you, because you're going a little timid, slow there. But it was good, it was good. I took lots of pictures of the Joshua trees.
Oh, we didn't drive back that way either.
Oh no, we didn't come back that way. Yeah, lesson learned. Yeah. As you all have heard from Reverend Stacy, that our talk title is Question Everything. And our founder and author of the Science Mind textbook, Dr. Ernest Holmes, reminds us that the riddle of the universe is a paradox, and the question is its own answer. So for the mind that asks the question, it's also the mind that answers it. One of our teacher, mentor, and Dr. Maura Fox in Redondo Beach, she had a saying, the divine mind in me knows, and the divine mind in me shows me the way. It's always in my prayer that my mind and that divine mind is the same mind. So the answer just needs to be revealed. It's already in existence. But you do have to ask the question. Because then you're signaling to the universe that you're prepared for the answer to show up in a commercial, in a talk, onto anywhere. Someone will say something. You run across a little silly video. Those answers show up once you ask that question, right? Convention, it was titled Embrace the Now. It was fun, it was good to see friends and colleagues, and to just be in person. And we got little lanyards that we get to choose different colors. If we had a color for if we would hug each other, if we're open to be hugged. We had a color for don't touch me. We had a color for stay 6 feet away and ask me if you can hug me.
Oh my.
So we had 3 different colors. I always wore the you can hug me. I mean, we all had to test. We all had to be negative or we couldn't be there. So, even if we had them, I would have said hug me anyway. So we had to be masked because that's the guidelines for California and for here actually right now. Science of mind and spirit, religious science, we're calling it science of mind and spirit right now. But we're considered to be open at the top. And that just means that it continues to evolve in our understanding of spirit and the law that continues to deepen and expand. Because, I'm going to read you our statement is we believe in the direct revelation of truth through our intuitive and spiritual nature, and that anyone may become a revealer of truth, a revealer of answers, who lives in close contact with that indwelling presence. And that's what Reverend Stacy was talking about doing her spiritual practice. Even on the road, even with the potholes. I like the drive. I took lots of pictures, just so you know. Everybody probably doesn't like, trees that look like cactuses or whatever they are. Our vision, she mentioned also our visioning queen, Juanita McCoy, who was mentioned at the conference. She would call this our sacred inquiry, right? Which avails us of the infinite intelligence and lets that divine wisdom guide us. And the wonders in which never cease. Curiosity is where, when I'm teaching a class, what I want the students in that class to be is curious. I want them, we can say living in the question, but I want them to live in the curiosity and to ask the questions. Because I know the answers are going to show up. If they don't show up in class, they'll show up in their reading, they'll show up on a commercial, they'll show up in the grocery store line. Someone will say something, someone will do something. So I always want them to remain curious, because curiosity leads to creativity, right? And innovation. And as well as the knowledge and the understanding and all the wisdom that it brings. And that's why we do visioning. We do it for 6 months, and Juanita puts it all together for us, and we look at it and we're like, wow, look what we've done all this time. Now I'm the one in the visioning circle that always usually comes up. We all have a process. And in the sacred inquiry, Juanita asks a question. What do I need to reveal? What do I need to release? I don't give visions. I get words. And it's usually one word. And you don't have to know how. I don't have to know what it means. Sometimes it's some crazy words that have nothing to do with, in our mind, nothing to do with anything. But after we go back, that's what dance meant. That's what railroad track meant. I mean, because they look at me kind of crazy. I mean, I think they do. They're gonna all deny it, but we have no idea what Reverend Cheryl is talking about when she comes up with her words. But our willingness to ask the question, and to be asked the question, keeps us open at the top, right? We have to ask questions and we seek answers externally. But there's an infinite intelligence that's always available to us within us. Oh, I like that music. So in visioning, we can access it through sacred inquiry, with the help of Queen Juanita. And that spiritual practice of visioning and discernment brings us into close contact with that indwelling presence, I believe. Even if we don't have a clue what any of us is talking about. Because they both begin with centering in that oneness. And the anchor is in love. So whatever it is, I know it's perfect. Even if they're laughing at me. Because they're open-ended questions, and we're asking for the high idea that Spirit wants revealed. And we're asking for guidance, right? Sometimes I cannot figure out what one word is going to lead us to. But when we review and look back, that's where we are. And when Stacy says she's proud of the revelation, the revealing of Spirit in this community, in each one of you, whether you recognize it or not. We don't do this by ourselves. Thank goodness. I know. Thank goodness. And that discernment helps to qualify the what. What is mine to do? What is my next step? What is my next step? Because the divine in me knows, and the divine in me shows me the way, as we were taught. Now remember, Dr. Ernest Holmes said, the question is its own answer. For the mind that asks the question is also the mind that answers it. I want you to remember that, okay? Truth walks towards us on the path of our questions. So as soon as you think you haven't had the answer, you have closed that path. And you may miss some vital new information. As soon as you think you know, and we all know folks that think they know everything, right? I know you have one person in your family, or maybe not in your family, or in your vicinity. That person's closed in my mind. And in the mind of Spirit, that person has shut off any new revelations that may be revealed, right? No matter how, no matter what. We have a class that, a workshop, Stacey and our certified quantum living coaches. We did this in 2014, we've been doing it since then. And in this class, there is part of the class where we actually do an exercise where our workshop participants fill out a card of who they've come here to be. Well, there's a series of questions that we ask for them to get to that. And we ask them to read that. And you can tell when the ones that, really? This is who I've come here to be? And it's really derived from people you admire in your life. Who do you admire in your life? What quality is it that they have that you admire? And so we explain to them, guess what? You wouldn't recognize that quality if you didn't possess it.
Wow.
If you didn't possess it. But you hear when it's kind of a, we can tell when they don't believe that. Really? This is who I've come here to be? They don't say those words, but they're kind of timid of reading. I've come here to be compassionate. I've come here to be caring. I've come here to be whatever the word is. And so we spend 6 weeks telling them that is who they are. And that is who they've come here to be. So that's how we stay in the question. And we have a little funny thing that we say when we're off our card. And that's another question. Okay, am I being who I've come here to be? Stacy's is on her wall in her office who she's come here to be. It can change. It can evolve. It can be someone even more fantabulous that you've come here to be as you've grown in spirit. That's when you ask the question. Living in the question is a willingness to stay in the question as it opens you up to reveal the answer. So, question everything is not necessarily something that it's not a punishment. It may be if you're asking specific questions of a person, but the most important questions are the questions you ask yourself. That is not, where are my keys and why did I come in this room? Because, yes, I've done that too. Now, Thich Nhat Hanh, who just made his transition at 95, there are 4 questions to open your heart. Remember, he's a Buddhist monk. He's been a monk since he was 16. Do I understand you enough? Do I water your seeds of suffering? Do I water your seeds of joy? Please tell me how I can love you better. Please tell me how I can love you better. I love that question. Because those aren't my exact words, but we all have these people, I'm not special in that way, that may walk into the room that you're not prepared to talk to. But my question to myself is, how can I love them in this moment? Now, I'm not saying it out loud, and I may even start praying, and I'm not praying out loud, but there are certain people that come into my experience that I just instantly go to prayer because of myself, not because of them or anything they've done, or because I know that they're perfect. I just want to know, how do I love this person better or love this person more? I love that question. Love is the answer, people. Okay. Oh, what was the question? Thank you.
I've got a few questions.
I know you do.
I mean, since we're talking about questions. Oh no, Dave says, oh no. Well, Rez, I guess if we're not asking the questions, we're not getting the answers that we need.
There you go.
That's what I got from that. Thank you so much. Have you heard of Daniel Nahmad?
One power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. There's one power indescribable, yet you speak of it with every word you say. curious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. One power. There's just one power. And that's what I've been taught. We speak so many languages, different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in the heart we're all the same. And we'll remember when we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. Oh, call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, it's Father Time, it's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth, the Father Time. But whatever name you give, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's one power of the love in you and me. One power. It's one power. Oh, one power. Oh, it's one power. Oh, one power. It's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the love that we abandon and the love we hold most deep. It's one power.
Thank you, Patty. That was beautiful. Wow, wow, wow. This is our opportunity we call giving and receiving and circulation and all that good stuff, and how we continue to bring this ministry not only to the folks in this room, but the folks online and virtually. If it's comfortable for you, please say our affirmation with us as you hold your gift in your hand. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. Oh, and I'm just grateful for that knowledge, and I'm so grateful that each and every person in this room knows that that is the truth. And I'm so grateful that we are here to dispel the illusion that we are separate. We are here to support one another, and I'm grateful for each and every person that supports LVCSL and each other. That's just the way it works. I recognize and I celebrate the opulence of each and every one of you. It's a grand, good thing. And so it is.
So it is.
Believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. I know it. I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind, yeah, and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine. You know it. Anything I want, it is mine. Perfect health, most important, it is mine. Oh yeah, joy and peace, it is mine. Love, 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 it is mine. If it serves my highest good, yeah, kitty, it is mine.
And there's no question about that, right? You don't have to ask that question. Okay, well, the Healing Book Clubs has been reading. This time is now by Stacey Abrams, and they're meeting 4 p.m. this coming Wednesday on Zoom. So if you've read the book, or even if you haven't, read it real quick and get in on that book club. I was not able to make it to the Conscious Creation Zoom workshop last month, but I get to go this month because it's going to be this Friday in person, right here. $20 is all it is. The workshop that Reverend Stacy's giving on the conscious creation. So sign up in the bookstore. It's going to be fabulous. It's from 11:30 to 1:30 this Friday. For prayer support, you can just send your prayer request to prayer@lasvegascsl.org or text 702-524-7096. And just to remind you that next month, of course, every second Wednesday of the month, we have our meditation, Heart of Peace meditation right here with our practitioner, Aldo, who facilitates it so beautifully. And Karen Jones will be doing the healing bowls this Tuesday, this time. So mark on your calendar, 6 o'clock, 6 to 7 on the 9th of February. And if you're having any trouble finding parking, there's parking on the north side. And remember to look for us on Amazon when you go shopping. Any kind of shopping that you want to do, go to smile.amazon.com. And then you can do your shopping there and you'll get a percentage. The bookstore is open today with lots of fun jewelry and books. Of course, the books across the window are 60% off. And there's blankets for sale too, so get out on those blankets. They're $25 to $45, all handmade, just beautiful. And just follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and remember to subscribe to YouTube. Thanks to Julius, and have a fabulous week, everybody.
Thank you, Kitty. Tomorrow we have a celebration of life for Reverend Anna's beloved Calvin. It's at 1 o'clock here in the center. Just to remind everybody, I would like to ask our Ministry of Prayer team to please come forward. And if you're here for the first time, please sign our guest book out in the grand hallway. And our love offering, we don't pass go around a basket because COVID said not to. And so there's a basket in the back of the room for your love offering. Appreciate it. Thank you. These folks hold us up. If you would like prayer with either one of them, they'd be happy to pray with or for you. We also have what's called God's Pocket. It's a prayer request that you can put in, and the team will be praying for you. This is a representative of probably half of our team. But I'm so glad that people are coming back to our center right now. All right. I think Reverend Stacey's going to do a closing prayer.
So I thank you, Aldo, for the beautiful centering and prayer.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to mention that. And thank you, Yvonne, for helping out with the slides for the awards committee. You're going to be called because they loved what you did. So just so you know, we're getting acknowledged all kind of ways. So anyway, if you would lower or close your eyes and just taking a deep breath. Just allow yourself to just feel that stillness that is present. That feeling of peace. Just allow that to wash over us right here and right now. Moving ourselves into the present moment and just feeling the good vibrations that today brings. And so we know that as we move about the day, that we stay open and curious. And we allow for Spirit to reveal its answers to any question that might be up for examination. Remembering that the answer is always love. And so in knowing this, I just am so grateful for the energy of this community, for the love of this community, for the participation of all of those involved to do that which we do to make this thing do what it does. And that is simply to bring more love and more peace and more joy and more light to the world. And so we go about our day doing just that because we know exactly who we are. And so I'm just grateful for all that this day brings. I'm grateful for all the questions that I have and that I ask and that are answered. And because this is my truth, it is the truth of each and every person here. And so with that, I just simply say thank you, thank you, thank you, sweet Spirit. I release, I let go, and I let it be knowing that it is done. And together let's say, and so it is.
All right, repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
I know this in my mind.
I know this in my mind.
I feel it in my body.
I feel it in my body.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Have a great week, everyone.
We are going to make it a great week. Woo! Who feels like dancing? Don't think about it, just move your body. Listen to the music, sing away. Just move this left feet, go ahead, get crazy. You can do it, sing away. Show the world you got that fire. Feel the rhythm getting louder. Show the world what you can do. Who's doing? Got the move. I don't know about you, but I feel better when I'm dancing.
See you guys next week. Love you.
We have come into a time where change is inevitable. And as the world we live in changes around us, there is a place that nurtures you with compassion, love, and brings out your inner strength. At the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living, we work to create a world that works for everyone. By sharing both personal and spiritual tools, we can help you navigate through and create a life you love. If mindfulness, prosperity, abundance, and peace are on your list of what you're looking for, come join us and be part of something wonderful. Wherever you are in your spiritual path, you are always welcome here. Join us in person or as live stream on Facebook each Sunday. For more information, visit us at www.lasvegascsl.org.